And I have another writing project I need to get into right now, but um, I will take up the continuation of Castrick's journal at some point.
Nice.
Did I tell you I have like 95 pages of notes?
Yeah,
This
I
is a
know how many
novella.
notes the Castrick has.
Oh yeah, you do. You have. Yes. Oh, do you? Or do you have parts of them?
Probably parts. I know you said
I
that there
think
was a lot.
at one point. Well, I started keeping it as a separate document on my laptop. Um, I'll have to. Oh, yeah. Trying to remember if my old laptop. No, I've had this one for a while, so it should be safe on this one.
I'd say that one was a lot of fun. We just had too many people coming in and out on that one.
Yeah, and but fortunately for you, Castrick was the one constant you had throughout the entire thing. So okay, so are you gonna start recording, or what are we doing here?
Yeah, I accidentally hit my stream button, so we're already streaming. I just have to change my stuff.
Wonderful. Go ahead. See, it's not even set up for streaming and already live. I
I
mean,
know,
good
right?
lord.
I'm just that good.
No, well, define good.
It's been so long since we've done Dungeons and Dragons, I forgot how to do it properly. How's that?
Okay, there you go. At least there's honesty here. So, okay, you
I
set
had to
up
make sure I
now?
kept jumping on Roll20 because I guess if you leave a map inactive long enough, it goes into like a cold storage, they call it. Like I can't access the yawning portal anymore.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
Yep.
Oh, the maps.
You can
Oh no.
probably message them and they'll open it back
Probably.
up.
I don't know if I'm really that worried about it, honestly.
That's fine. All right. So are we live? Is this you
Yeah,
3, 2,
we're live,
go?
up and
All right.
running. We've been live for 2 minutes.
Wonderful. All right.
I don't know if Casey will be returning for Monday nights.
Yeah, I can turn something on for you. What do you want?
Who am I hearing in the background?
Hi, Logan.
Okay.
In, uh, in my background?
Yeah, I think so.
You're a gentleman.
I'll just mute.
Oh, you're fine.
It's okay. You're fine. You're fine, Mel. All right, for everybody who has been watching and patiently waiting on bated breath for the continuation of the clutch, welcome back. It has been, as Brandon likes to say, a hot minute since we've been here. Now, for those of you watching the video series, we realize that this is just a jump in time and a single video clip to you as you binge watch your way through this exciting series of dynamic adventures. But for those of us who are doing it live, it has been several weeks. We are very fortunate that our dungeon master, in my opinion, very fortunate, has survived some health issues and a few health scares. But he's back with us still, and he's ready and feeling good enough to go. So we've had a few other personal changes among the cast and the crew. But I think we're going to spend this session now kind of dusting off the cobwebs and oiling the rusty gears and trying to figure out what the heck we're doing. So for recap, for those of you who've been waiting and the players, our last session some weeks ago, we had spoken with Vance and we'd done some extra research on the dragon and the dragon rider we were going to go fight in the volcanic wasteland. We found out that the dragon had an ability to turn people not into stone but into obsidian specifically. After some conversations with Vance, whom we all still hate, he agreed to provide us with a scroll of greater restoration. And the idea was that someone other than Silas would hold that. So, on the off chance that Silas is the one who gets obsidianized, we can bring Silas back and then use him as the main conduit to keep the rest of us in the fight. I don't recall who actually held that, but it wasn't Silas. But I think it was one of the people in the back of the group because we had decided to split into a forward melee group to take on the dragon first and then the rider. and then there's a long range group who's going to kind of hang back in the back and do their long range stuff. We had last session, Silas had gone ahead and dropped the spell consecration, if I'm correct, and basically placed it over the top of the cave we believe is to be the dragon and the dragon rider's lair. We did a battle with a large number of ash phoenixes and successfully wiped them out after some effort. So the plan was to deny the ash phoenixes the ability to enter the battle arena area, and then turn and focus our attention on both the dragon first as the primary target, and then the rider second, with our split forces of melee versus long range. And that's the best summary I can offer. So I'll turn the floor over to whoever wants to speak next.
Forbiddance was the spell.
Thank you.
Other than that, yeah, that sounds about right.
Also, for those of you the fans of the Planted Wonder, Mood is with us on occasion, but has been sometimes now replaced by his counterpart, alternate fractal self. Not sure how you want to explain that. Remind us who Hope is, please, there, Mood or Eric.
I don't think it's been explained.
It has not been explained in game yet.
Okay.
Right.
So, but apparently Mood has had some kind of shift and no longer appears as Mood sometimes. Sometimes Mood appears as Hope, which is a new appearance. And believe Sabanto and Koju, one of those, merges with Sabanto and Mood, and they turn into Hope. And then if Hope breaks apart, it becomes the original three again. So, man, what a great concept for a giant anime series. Maybe like a big robot that transforms for like smaller robots. That'd be a really cool concept. I should market that. All right, so on to the planning session tonight, I believe was the idea, because we don't want to actually get into combat with the dragon and the rider, because again, for summertime reasons and some personal travel, we will have a small pause of 2 more weeks after this session and be returning in
The 22nd.
after 2 weeks, 22nd. So really a 3-week pause after today. To launch into, in 22nd, we're expected to launch into the Dragon Rider and the Dragon Battle. But today is a planning session, so maybe a little short, but we'll see how we go. All right, so I'm done all the talking so far. I'm going to be quiet and let other people pitch in.
Amazed that, well, I know you watched the video, but I'm
Thank you.
amazed of how much, yeah. I'm trying to remember if I can cast Fireball or not. As a cleric, I don't think so. I think I just cast other things now.
Yeah, no fireball for you. You can use a scroll though, or a wand, but none. Fireball's not divine magic, so no.
I was looking for where my divine magic thing is that's actually close to it, but I forget where that is. No, I think that covers a lot of that. But I think we were having the discussion of what does the party look like now going forward is the question we have. Like, what is the party composition? Um, so
We have Silas, of course.
yeah, we
and
have
we have.
myself.
I'm not
Yep,
sure if we'll
the
have
cleric.
Todd meet Shield. I'm waiting to hear back from Casey. I know he stopped doing Mondays because of military stuff. So.
Okay, and when we all respect that and appreciate his service.
100%.
At least I do. I can't speak for the rest of you, godless heathens.
I know Albero has to come in later due to family, which is fine.
Right, and which is fine, and no problems there. Okay. So Barrow's for sure just a delayed getting online time. We have the beautiful, lovely, and ever deadly Melisande and Cora. Hey, it's Kimosabi.
Hi guys, I made it early.
Yay!
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
We were just
We
talking
have
shit about
the
you.
we have the
I
ever
figured.
changing mood or hope or Sabanto or Koju, where they appear to be at the time. Like I said, we have Silas, so Silas knows Vigo's around somewhere, but no one else does. Which you figure he's doing something. Is that it?
Yeah,
Vigo and Silas. Vigo, Silas, Mood, Hope.
we have 5. Sometimes we'll have Mel's counterpart phrase, Logan's character.
Okay,
Like if she's not feeling up to it.
that's fine.
But yeah, that is the party. Dunnigan
And we have
is
Albero.
on a
We have our
hiatus.
And Albero.
we have Albero. I didn't want
I
to.
did mention Albero already.
You did, and I just want to make sure I had my count straight. So okay. Um, let's see. So best I recall, and please somebody correct me if I get this wrong. The initial plan was the melee group was going to be Albero, uh, Silas in close range, Vigo, and if Todd is still around, we'd love to have Todd, but I don't know for sure. And we were going to go and face down the dragon initially, and then that would leave the beautiful Melisande and Cora. Cora might go forward with the DP with the forward group, but Melisande would stay at range with her bow, and then Mood or Hope would be also at long range, casting spells and supporting the group from a distance to not get into direct melee range with the dragon or the rider. That was the plan we had come up with last, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I think Cora is going forward.
Okay.
I thought Silas was staying behind with me.
I think we went back and forth on Silas. So,
Okay.
can Silas chime in?
I can do either one. I'm currently it depends on what the other people are doing, right? With having Albero there, it would make more sense for me to be next to them, to be able to cast healing spells, just in case. But I'm also the only thing that I'm missing is a way to really, like, I'm looking at things. I don't have a good movement overall. I'm not very mobile, so I think. So I remember that we were talking about like trying to drop them at the same time. That's what I was remembering, and I can go for the um. I was really wanted to use a new spell called Doom of Summer Years, and that was the concentration spell where it's like I would focus um on the Dragon Rider because that's going to be the easier one to drop with that spell. But I can. It's probably going to be easier for me to help out with the rider than the dragon itself.
Is Forbiddance a concentration spell after it is cast?
It is not.
Okay, so that would then be. I remember you had mentioned this, and it makes them younger or something.
It's essentially I can post it in the, but I'm still reading what it does. But
Okay.
So, from what I remember last, and this just popped into my brain, or because I can't find my notes, but when we visited Bahamut, right? We visited him, and we were warned, or maybe it was just me, but we were warned that we should probably go after the rider first because the dragon is so dangerous.
There
I
was
thought it was the other way around. Wasn't it the
there's
other
a
way
chance
around?
that if you kill the rider, the dragon will die because of the bond being broken. Not always. Sometimes they'll go berserk, but there's a chance that the dragon will die because it cannot withstand the heartbreak of losing its rider.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Wasn't there a rage or something? Also,
Yeah, there's a chance that they would enrage when the rider dies. So if they don't die when the rider dies, they're gonna enrage.
so it's like
it's a gamble.
yeah, we could call it like a 50-50 where either the dragon gets stronger or they just die.
So, question: are you guys on the world map right now?
No, I'm in a pit thing. Or at least that's what I
We're
can
on
see on
the-
Roll20.
I don't have
Yeah,
the thing
we're-
that
Last-
lets me move your guys'
The
layer
battle net
anymore.
map.
Yeah, they did. It looks like they changed some stuff on Roll20 since
Okay,
we
hold
were
on,
last
there it
here.
is. Why are you guys on that?
Speaking of stuff on Roll20,
Uh-oh.
Logan was playing it with his Tuesday group, and when somebody rolled, I saw dice roll across the screen, and I'm like, "What is that?
Yeah.
I want that."
That's a setting you can actually enable.
Oh man, my new
Is it-
computer loads up everything so fast.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Does it have to be each person, or is it like the DM does it?
It's your personal choice.
It's a personal choice.
Oh, I just thought it was so cool.
Yeah. So if you go to settings on the far right, go down to dice options.
Yeah.
Enable
Okay.
3D dice, I think it is, or automatically roll 3D dice. I think it's one of those.
Enable 3D dice. Right, that.
I think it's one of those.
Can I do a test roll to see
yeah,
if
of
it
course.
works?
I don't know if they fixed it or not, but like sometimes you'll roll and it'll show one thing and then on the actual roll it'll say another thing.
Of course.
Oh, it wants me to click and
Um,
drag the
Hit
roll the
automatically
dice.
roll 3D dice. That might be what you need.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like that. Automatically roll 3D dice. There we go. Oh, and it's like an orange yellow. My colors. I love orange. Sorry, didn't mean to run off like that.
Yeah, that would be why I couldn't find my player flag. I didn't realize it was all the way down there. Okay.
Whoa. That was a massive sneeze.
Bless you.
Sorry if your buddies were.
So yeah, as an overall, you guys have killed Iendus and his dragon.
Yes.
You've convinced. Hold on, let me get my notes up here real quick. Sorry.
Yeah, we got rid of the black dragon.
Yep, that's Iendus and his dragon. You convinced
the
Emerald
demon to
dragon
get rid of the emerald.
No, the emerald and Sitavan. Sitavan is Aiden's son. You've convinced him to not go against you guys. You guys used the OP dagger on Tuye and his dragon.
Right.
The purple ones. So you have 3 of the riders down, multiples to go.
And we're fighting the obsidian dragon now.
Yes, the obsidian dragon is
Okay.
next on your list. You do know that the white dragon rider Seza is a female Goliath.
Right.
And you know that pretty soon you'll be fighting riders and their apprentices that they have.
Right, because this isn't hard enough as it is. You got to keep throwing more at us.
I mean, it's not even so much that. That was always the plan. Even before you got busted characters.
Jeez. Okay, so we now have a question before us. Do we take out the rider on the hopes that we 50-50 roll and kill the dragon? Or do we kill the rider and then if the dragon goes berserk, we're now facing a berserk dragon?
So I guess that's the thing, right? We have like three choices. We can split them and try to defeat each one separately, which might take a lot of resources. Two, we focus on either one of them, or we focus on the dragon and take the dragon down before the rider, which might be hard because I'm pretty sure the rider is going to have some, some sort of way to support the dragon. Or we kill the rider, focus the rider, and hope that it kills the dragon and it doesn't go berserk on us.
I agree. Those are the three options we're facing. Can anybody else come up with a different option?
Well, we don't know that much about the dragon. We didn't pick up that much information other than it's super dangerous.
Right.
So I don't know if like banishment's gonna do anything. It's like a enemy of other dragons, so it can't. I doubt we're gonna be able to reason with it.
Wait a minute.
Unless we do
you
something
See, like,
evil.
Wait,
I'm always going to be the one that doesn't want to kill the dragon. But I think we already talked about that earlier and established that there was no way to not get rid of the dragon.
Yeah, we would need something akin to the power of a demonic contract to save any of these dragons. Because they got the weird soul curse from the main big bad evil guy.
I was more interested in the phrase banishment.
Yeah, I mean, I can banish something.
Okay, so
Hope could banish something too, couldn't Hope?
Remember that do I have banishment? But remember that probably both of our enemies probably both have 3 legendary resistances between them, so they can probably go to any any banishment polymorph thing that'll like disable them.
okay.
They could probably each go no to 3 times, probably.
So you think they have 6 no's between the two of them, or they have 3 no's between the two of them?
3 each.
3
I think they
each.
have 3 each. So if you,
I mean, we have to. We have to guess that they do, or else we might screw ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. So that becomes a question.
Mood cannot banish. Not take banishment.
Can Hope?
Okay. Transport, but not banish.
Oh.
So I have banishment as well.
Hope can
You
also
should,
not banish.
as divine magic should, yes.
Hope can also not banish.
Is it she didn't take the spell, or she didn't have access to it?
Mood didn't take the spell, and Hope doesn't have access to it.
Okay.
Hope can put people to sleep if we're looking for a
that's a
get
lot
a guy out of the way.
That's a lot of hit points to try to put.
It's not the sleep spell. It's a different way of putting people to sleep. It's still save based, but it doesn't care about their hit point.
Okay. How high a spell is this or ability, and how often can she cast it?
You've seen her do it before, and it's
Right.
kind of Hope kind of doesn't have a limit on things.
Okay, so potentially, and what's her range?
It is a melee attack, but
So if
Hope has an unlimited amount of movement, so it's essentially got infinite range.
Okay. So can Hope spend her first couple of turns trying to put one or the other to sleep multiple times? And on the thought that they might have to burn through legendary resistances to stay awake and eventually run out of the ability to resist. So
Hope
then,
can touch
then a,
twice.
okay, but then a banishment would be possible on a failed save. Does that make sense?
So what are we hoping the banishment's going to do?
Okay, so in my limited capability of understanding how your magic works, or anybody's magic works, because hey, rogue, actually thief, I hate the word rogue, thief. My understanding is that if you banish a creature from this plane, it goes somewhere else for, I don't know, about a minute.
Yeah, it incapacitates it and puts it somewhere else for a minute. And then it
Right. So for
returns
1
after that
minute,
minute.
so for 1 minute, we have separated the dragon and the rider away from each other. And that lets us then focus on one of them for that minute. Okay. Now, granted, the other one comes back after the minute's up. But if you had a minute, that's 10 rounds where you've only got one of them on the field.
Sure. I guess my question would be I guess the effort we take to try to get this banishment to stick, wouldn't it be like probably a little bit easier just to focus that into like damage for like the same amount of like turns that we're using to try to down that person or to try to knock out the legendary resistances, and then that also is you have to remember they probably have like a at worst 50-50 on these. So that's like what we could imagine, like 6 spells or 6 times that we're trying to incapacitate one of these targets. Don't we think like 6 attacks from us would have mostly done the job?
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm throwing an option on the table for consideration.
Right. I'm thinking, do we have anything better than banishment for a like stick it to them spell?
I mean, I have
levels.
I have simple things. Like I said before, I don't know if you all remember, but command is I mean, and to your point, my banishment is my single and only 4th level spell, and I would think that you guys would probably want me to save that 4th level for a critted smite instead. But I do have command, and you can mess around. I can mess around with them. Like if I cast command and it hits that dragon, I can say the word betray.
A great concept.
And he would do something against his rider, I'm guessing. I mean, we'd have to see, but it's worth a 1st level spell.
Oh yeah.
I also have like compelled duel to split them up. You know.
I'm not disagreeing with anything. I'm just trying to get people to throw ideas on the table so we can look at as many possible plans as we can, and then pick the one we're going to go with and go, okay, this is plan A. If plan A fails, we're going to jump to plan B. That's it. If plan B fails, every person for themselves.
Do we know how old
women and halflings first?
Do we know how old the rider is?
You would probably be able to find out from Sidavan.
Let's assume we do that.
We'll say he'll tell you
like round estimate.
This rider's roughly maybe 100. He's a dragonborn.
So he's about 100 years old?
Yep.
Okay.
And the bonding with the dragon lets them have longevity in life.
Okay. I'm a little worried about what Summer
Doom up summer years.
Do
Yeah.
this every year, because it's so the rider's 100, and the dragon is thousands of years old.
I'm gonna switch that one out for something different then, because that seems like it's not gonna stick the way I want it to stick.
Like that spell still seems good because even if they succeed, it still does things. But like, we need someone that's like 20 or 30 for that to be really effective.
Yeah, I think I can find something more effective somewhere else.
Also, Mel, make a survival check for me real quick, and I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
What? I don't even have my sheet up. All this looks different. Where is it?
Survival check?
No, my paper. I don't even have my paper up. Okay, let's see. Where is it?
It should be your wisdom score. That's it.
Exit the game and log back in?
No.
Really? That's what it just told me when I tried to pull up my thing. Hold on. When I tried to pull up my paper. What the frick? Now it's giving me the verify you are a human by completing action below. It did this earlier.
Weird.
It's all those, it's all those cheating
If
apps
something
that Mel uses
trying to
to
mess
get her
with my
die rolls to
computer.
come up high.
I just did this. Just signed back in and everything. Why in the heck? Maybe I should have every once in a while gotten on. Now it doesn't like me.
I don't know. I also just got a new computer, and this is the first time I've signed on to Roll20 with it, and it was decently smooth for me. I just kind of pressed the remember my login things, and it
Now,
worked.
what did he say? Survival check?
Survival check.
Yep.
Okay. Do I just click survival, or is there a saving throw? Was it a saving throw?
No, the skill check. So the just the survival. Yeah, just click right there.
Okay. Oh, that sucks.
See,
It's gonna penalize me chatting in his chat, in his Twitch chat.
See, your roll on the right for me says 10, but the die says 3.
This die says 3. Yeah, what does it say? Oh, yeah, it does say 10. Oh, wait, but that's because I have a +7, I think.
Oh, the
Right.
+7. There you go.
Yeah, you see the 7
That makes
right at the
sense.
bottom. So
Yeah.
you got a 10.
Yay.
Yeah. Hope. What was she about? Hope was hoping. Her big thing that she was going to do in this combat is she was hoping to turn all the lava into ice cream.
That would be nice.
Okay.
Now that was what she was. That was what I, as a player, was hoping Hope would be able to do.
You have
Or
advantage, Mel.
gonna try to do.
Sorry, I forgot to say that. So one more roll.
Have advantage?
Mhm.
Oh, just roll again, or should I roll with
just roll again.
advantage? Okay.
You're pretty sure
See?
that this dragon, being as old as it is, will have up to 3 of their resistances.
I thought you were going to penalize me for chatting in your Twitch chat.
No, that's different.
I'm like, why am I in trouble?
No, that would be a saving throw, not a survival check.
Oh, a saving throw. Okay, so okay. So we know it has 3
Yeah.
special moves. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Ulzroy will have 3
Legendary moves. Resistances?
Yes.
Yeah. So 3 times you cast a spell at him, and if there's 7th involved, he can just decide to pass.
after he fails.
Right. He can throw the dice, and if the dice come up a fail, he can just decide, no, I pass this one. And do that three
okay.
times.
Okay.
So if he rolls and succeeds, then he passes. No problem. But 3 times he can fail, and is allowed to say, no, I passed that one. So
Okay.
we'd have to basically get him to fail 4 times. So 3 of them he'd have to use up his legendary resistance against this spell. And on the 4th one, if he failed, then that spell would finally have full effect.
Okay.
So that's what we've been kind of talking about. Like, how do we burn through? How do we make them fail? You roll enough dice, you'll eventually fail 3 times. That's the goal. But okay, so let's come down to one decision up front. Are we attacking the rider alone and ignoring the dragon? Are we attacking the dragon and ignoring the rider? Or are we going to try to engage both of them simultaneously?
So
which of those 3 courses of action are we going to go with?
I think you guys should attack the rider, and I'm going to try to keep the dragon busy using compelled duel, command, and a faster speed steed. Because it can't catch me. If I can get it to chase me around like cat and mouse for a little bit to give you guys a little bit of time.
Right.
And even if it does, let's say, ignore the compelled duel, at least it has disadvantage on attacks against you.
Okay, that's so Albero would be taunting and distracting the dragon.
How much health does the steed have? Ish, like how tanky is the steed?
Hold on.
Can it survive a success of a breath weapon saving throw?
It's going to be close. I never said it was going to be easy. But at the Pegasus.
Yep.
So it has 59 hit points.
Okay, so if it's
It can get hit once, probably. The second time, it's going down.
That's if it succeeds the saving throw.
If it succeeds, yeah.
So that's a. How goes its dex?
Its dex is 15.
Okay, so let me ask you this before we get into the weeds on that one. So that would leave us attacking both at the same time. So if Albero is going after the dragon and engaging the dragon, mono a Draco, who in the party is going to be trying to take down the rider?
I think the objective is for the rest of us to take down the rider at that point.
Okay.
And we can just pull out all the stops at that point. Just try to. I think we can, if we just hit him hard and hit him fast. We can't really afford to. Let me think of what I'm trying to say. If we hit them hard and hit them fast, I think we have a good possibility of taking them out in 3 or 4 turns.
Okay.
And that's enough that we can, if we need to pivot, we can still pivot to the dragon and still have enough firepower left to take out the dragon if that's the case. With the heartache.
Okay.
So that's I think I like that plan a lot because it gives us a clear direction of who's attacking what. 2, it gives and sorry if I'm stepping on this, it gives Alboro a really cool moment, possibly, for her heroicism. And 3, it gives us I think it's just the best chances of like focus fire at that point. We're not spending too much time spinning our wheels of like trying to calculate who has the better damage output.
Okay. Um, valid arguments and valid concepts there. So I'm looking at this way. You're saying Vigo, Silas, Melisande, and I don't know. Cora could choose to either fly and help distract the dragon or go against the rider.
Yeah, I was wondering
And then
if Cora should go
Mood,
with a barrel or...
Mood, Sabanto, Kojo, or Hope. So it's Vigo, Melisande, Mood, Kojo, Hope, and Silas against the rider. And if the rider is anything like Iandis, that did not go well for the squishy types. Because that guy pulled out that sword, and I want to say it was 3 attacks, if I'm correct. And then did an action surge for a second round. And somebody in the party ate a very big sword several times.
Who was that? I believe it was.
I don't remember, but was it a spear?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, somebody ate a
Todd?
very big spear multiple times, and had a conversation with Madame.
That was Todd, I think.
No.
No, that was Vigo.
No, it was the first time Vigo died.
First
Oh!
time Vigo died.
I thought you were talking about a current one.
No.
I wasn't a spear. I think it was a dagger. Like that.
Iandis?
Mm-hmm.
No, he came down with a spear because he
I don't
did.
think
He
it
was
a
a.
spear.
No, he came down with a spear because he was a. He was basically a. It was like a lance spear, kind of.
But it wasn't Iandis that killed him, though. It was the.
Was it Archie?
That was the second time. Wasn't that the second time?
Oh, second time.
That was the second time he died.
Was it?
Yeah.
Iandis did an action surge, and Vigo was down, and
Who?
the action surge, and Vigo died a second time. So, just saying, if that's what if that's the way the party's going, I'll go for it. But this,
In the basement? Iandis's basement?
Oh no.
Yeah, that was
Neither-
Archie. Idiot.
Yeah, that was Archie
Yeah,
the
that was
first
the
time.
first time he died, I'm pretty sure.
Right,
Second
but
time.
the second time was fighting Iandis afterwards.
Was yeah, okay, yes. I just would have been
Yeah.
the second time.
I
It's the
have,
first time that took in my brain.
yeah.
Okay.
I think keeping me with the squishy types will be better because I can heal. I have some
Okay.
options for healing if we need to take them.
Okay.
I'm questioning how are we splitting them up? Because I'm assuming one's going to be on top of the other. Right?
You're assuming that the writer's gonna be riding the dragon?
Right. Because we
I mean,
know
I guess that depends on how we
know the writer's a
find
caster.
them. Mhm.
We know the writer's a spellcaster, so he's going to want to have a meat shield in between whoever's trying to kill him and himself. Because he's like a necromancer, maybe? I don't know. Because we know he could raise these things, and we
Mhm.
know we've seen him do other magic. I don't remember what other magic we've seen him do. But I think we've seen him do some magic. So I'm thinking he's not going to have as many melee attacks as Iandis, but he's probably going to have spells, which I think is a little more dangerous than the melee attacks themselves.
Well,
The only thing you've seen Zeve do was announce when you guys first arrived that we're intruders.
Okay. And didn't we know that he did the ritual? Well, I mean, I guess anyone could have done the
Yeah, he did the ritual,
Ritual,
to
right?
create the ash phoenixes.
right.
So
Could
that
you have
goes to Plan B.
describe?
If the Plan B is if
Okay, so I guess I don't know what he does.
yeah. Plan B is if we don't if we can't separate them, then we just focus fire on the dragon, and then we could just take out the dragon because that's going to be a way to get the person into melee range at that point. The only issue I see is if we split focus fire on that. Again, it would be there is ways to words. There is ways to dismount him with like command, right? So the command could be buck, and this throwing ideas out there.
No, it's good. Dislodge,
Well,
dismount.
that's true, but again, command requires a failed saving throw to work. And
But if-
like
if
that's
you're
one of
right.
those command banishment. Anything that removes your turn is not something that they're gonna want to fail. Like it's not like we hit them with a damaging spell and they can be like, oh, I failed to save. I can take the extra damage.
Silver
When
lining though is that they burn a legendary action against a level 1 spell.
It's true, but I feel like this fight's going to be less like how many resources are we expending on each other's side and more of who can kill who quicker. I don't think it's going to be a attrition battle. I feel like it's going to be more of a whose HP goes to 0 first. Kind of fight.
Okay.
Like I don't think we're going to be worried about running out of spell slots. That's all I'm saying. It's just more like I don't think we're going to worry about running out of spell slots. I don't think they're going to have to worry about running out of spell slots. I think it's more of whose is going to like stick first, or who's going to like take the amount of damage that's going to like push the battle far enough that it's inevitable.
Okay, so, and from the spellcaster point of view, and I had forgotten this guy was a spellcaster. Thank you for that. I think that's a rational, reasonable perspective to take. So going back to what Silas was saying, so plan A is if we encounter the rider and the dragon not mounted, if they are separated, and we are able to keep them separated, then we go with plan A, which is Albero duels the dragon, the rest of the party tries to get rid of the rider. Either in melee or spell or some combination thereof. And the goal is focus down the rider first on the hope that we roll good and the dragon dies as a result of grief. Option B or plan B is rider is mounted on the dragon. If that is the case we encounter, then the focus fire is to kill the dragon first. Then deal with the rider afterwards.
Do we want to focus the dragon first?
If they're mounted, or do we want to again focus the rider regardless is the question now.
So my only worry about picking which one to focus fire is I think we had confirmation the dragon isn't a caster. Did we get confirmation there?
The dragon in this case would not be a caster.
Right. So if the dragon goes down, it doesn't have any ill effects on the rider, right?
They get stunned. No.
Or they're
Anus
stunned
gets
for one
stunned
round,
for
yeah.
a couple turns.
Okay, I mean if they get stunned for 1 round, they'll be dead.
We hope.
Well, we hope. Okay, but if he's a caster, which we're not 100% on, but I think he's magically in kind. He might be like both. He might be a hybrid. We really don't want a we kill the dragon, he sees the fight's inevitable, he teleports away. Right?
Okay.
But that's the
Is it- this
only, that's one of the things I'm a little worried about there.
Well, this is why we're having this
I don't think
discussion
that's
now.
gonna happen if we kill his dragon.
Why?
Because I think he's just gonna be upset and enraged and attack us.
I mean, I could prepare a magic circle, which would keep him from doing that.
That's okay. How long does that take to cast?
Oh, sorry. Never mind. I forgot about
Yeah,
that. That's a longer cast.
A lot of the stop the teleport from getting away takes a bit. It's more of a. They're more of setup spells, right?
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
the Forbiddens do that?
So,
It does, but then it
I'm
stops.
gonna
Well,
interject
no,
real
it
quick.
doesn't.
I'm gonna make this a little bit easier on you
No, it
guys,
doesn't.
so you know kind of what's gonna happen if one of them dies before the other. Oh, did I GM whisper that?
Yes.
Not.
Of course I did.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I the broken bond for the dragon and for
Okay.
Ulzroy, or for Zed.
So that also answers one of my questions of can he use legendary resistance on this thing?
No,
But
that
if
is
the
just
percentile, no, he can't.
That's a percentile die. It's either gonna happen or not.
Okay. So we're better focusing down the rider and taking the chance that the dragon will die of a broken bond, heartache, rather than hoping there's a 1-round stun against the caster. And if this guy cast a spell that raised Ash Phoenixes, I don't know how long it takes to raise a Draco Lich.
I'm thinking those kind of spells are more like
I don't know.
this takes an hour plus to do.
Don't know.
Yeah, they're.
He's had time to sit around. Who knows what he's got written on scrolls?
I mean, if he can put that kind of spell on a scroll, we're fighting something higher than I thought we would be.
Never know. We have a devious GM. So okay. So does
I'm
this
an
mean
angel.
that the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist? And the devil is in fact a fallen angel. So yeah, that's not a good argument for you.
I was
So
gonna say he's an angel.
the plan is, as I'm understanding it now, the best plan we have on the table is regardless of whether the rider is mounted on the dragon or the rider is separated from the dragon, the idea is kill the rider first. All attacks go against the rider, and we ignore the dragon as best possible until later. Does anyone disagree with this based on the discussion we've had so far?
Nope. I'm good.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, that sounds like concurrence.
So, next order of business. I'm being the tank that I am. I took a decent amount of damage last fight against those Ash Phoenixes.
Define decent amount.
Half?
Ow.
Yeah, well, I was saving my spells and everything for dodging and dexterity for the next fight, right?
You did good. You did good. So, okay. Give me a sec.
I'm down a fairly good amount too. Are we gonna have time to heal, or we're heading straight into this after?
Well, I think the last time we talked, I was like, "Are we going to take a short rest?" And then it was like, "Well, the Ash Phoenixes might just show up again."
Yeah, we kind of
Okay.
we took out all the Ash Phoenixes in the area. There are a lot more, but they're probably too far away to get here in like round time.
Okay. So then my
we
recommendation
we're
would
very
be
quick.
at this point,
You guys are
What-
smart enough to know that they were flying about 90 feet around at a slower pace.
So if they were dashing, they'd be here in no time.
But
Yeah,
we're
that's
not
supposed to
in
be an hour.
combat. We could, if we have potions or something, we could take a potion.
Yeah, we
Right.
have like a minute, maybe.
Okay, so question would be, what potions do you have on you?
I don't have any. I've never had.
Actually, wait a minute, can a
I-
barrel even be affected by a potion?
Yeah,
They still work? Okay.
yeah. It's the same as I'm a warforged. Warforged can drink potions.
Okay.
It's
I have
it's the
10
magical
regular
effect of the
potions.
potion.
Ah, okay. Just checking. Give me a
And
second.
3 greater healing.
Okay. Vigo will hand over 1 potion of supreme healing. And that is 10d4 plus 20. So if you drink it slowly, it is 60 hit points.
Okay. That should do.
Gives me 1 left.
I'll hand Vigo one of my superior potions to restock his.
I have 1 supreme, I have 1 superior, I have 1 greater, and I've got a couple of regulars looking.
Oh, I only have superior potions.
Then you're keeping that one for you because that's on you.
Yeah.
So, emergency medic Vigo has 1 supreme, 1 superior, and 1 greater. Right now.
I'm gonna take a greater healing potion. If that's okay.
You're taking the one off Vigo?
No, this one off myself. I have 3, so I'll just take 1 for
Okay.
myself off my own. I'll just letting the DM know.
And Vigo also has 6 regular potions of healing.
How much do the regulars heal?
10.
10?
Yeah, regular healing potions are 10 hit points. Also, it was Cedavan that was a spellcaster.
Yes. We knew he was a spellcaster. We knew the psychic lady was also a
I had a
spellcaster.
wonderful picture for him, and you guys never got to see him.
What'd you do with it?
We got to save a little, I think. I feel like I saw the
Yeah.
dragon.
That's a good
I mean,
picture.
technically, Moo did.
Food saw a lot of him.
Yep.
So I heard something about drinking a potion slowly. For greater healing potion, how much would that heal?
Greater, give me a sec.
What's the roll for a greater?
1 sec.
4d4 plus 4.
So you get
so
max, so
20.
you get 20.
All right, that's
If
perfect.
if you chug it, you have to roll the dice.
Yeah, so
If
you
you
take a
drink
round,
it
it's the
slowly,
full.
you get full effect.
Yep. Your action is the full effect. Bonus action is the roll, and feeding it to somebody else is the roll.
All right, I'd take it slowly.
I don't know what to tell you, Linz, if my mic is not better. I have not touched the stuff at all.
I hear you fine.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh, you're quiet. I hear nothing.
I'm quiet on stream.
On stream, you're talking about stream, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there, I can hear you now. But
Oh.
yeah, pretty quiet.
Wonder why.
I don't know.
Maybe because it's on
Alright,
Discord
so-
and stream.
So you guys
Wait,
think we have
so
no
should-
time until those ash phoenixes come, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well,
So
then
there's
prayer
no,
of
So I'm
healing
there's
down-
no
going
rest,
to
no
help.
long rest.
Okay. Because I have prayer of healing, but it's 10 minutes.
I don't
Which
think we
could top us
quite have
all.
that long.
Mel, say again,
Have
please.
that long.
I'm down 46 points, so I have a max of 124. I'm at 78 right now. Should I bother taking a potion? Like a regular potion
Yes.
only gives me 10. Should I take one of my potions of greater healing? Of healing?
How many do you
greater?
have?
3.
Go ahead and take a greater, and that will get you 20 points.
I'm taking, so I don't need to roll because I'm technically taking it slowly. And then
Correct.
that gives me 20
Yeah.
points. Okay. All right.
You're not chasing a shot of tequila with a lime. This is you're sipping your MSX slowly.
Okay.
It's a fine Chardonnay in your hand. It's you're not slamming a shot.
Chardonnay, no.
Rosé,
Yeah,
Pinot Noir?
rosé,
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir. I think Merlot and Chardonnay are fake wine.
Okay, so it's a
They always
fine
taste
Pinot
like
Noir.
vinegar.
It's a fine Australian Pinot Noir. And having been there and purchased Australian wine, I can tell you it's very appreciated when I brought it home.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So so you get your full 20 benefit by drinking that potion, and just make sure you mark it off.
I did. Yep.
Awesome, great. Okay, all right. So we have our plan as far as I can see it. Focus down the rider first, and we got a 50-50 shot that kills the dragon at the same time. So the spellcaster types, we looking at like counter spells or anti-magic shields or anything of that type that's going to help us? Is there I don't know, is there verbal components that can be silenced if we get close enough to him? No.
I have none of that.
Say again?
I have none of that.
Neither do I.
What the hell good are you people?
No good and good for nothing.
I was
Might.
gonna say, good lord.
Right, that's what I'm good for.
I
Spite-
You guys
teleport.
need healing?
Spite is fine. Yes, you're probably Alvaro should be spiting the hell out of everything. But I don't want to get us mixed up because he throws out a level 1 grease spell and drops a torch on it.
We can't set fire to grease in this edition.
You can't?
No, it's unflammable. It's essentially lube more than grease. Flame-proof lube.
That makes no sense.
That's okay. Paladins can only smite once a turn now.
Yeah, it's a spell, so it can get counterspelled. But counterspells is probably also getting a nerf, so it's.
Oh, they changed that? Damn it.
We don't.
We're not incorporating that into this, so you don't gotta worry.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I mean, they got.
I'm
they
only
also got
good
some
for
fun
one
buffs.
thing, and they're trying
They
to
got some
nerf it?
They got some fun buffs.
Yeah.
But,
We're not gonna worry about that halfway through a campaign.
Okay, I appreciate that. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.
Vigo, you
All
should want the changes. You got nothing but buffs.
Yeah, rogues are really nice.
Oh my god, it's so good, and oh my god, it would make Rogue feel even more roguey.
I'm not a rogue. I'm a thief. I have pride in my profession.
It makes thieves feel more thievy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll see it later, but for right now, I'm happy. I'm happy where I am, and our DM is just really glad that I chose to go thief and not mastermind, because I would make his life a living hell.
You already do. I mean, yeah, you would.
Oh yeah, I would. Yeah. So okay, so that's the plan. Everybody understands the plan. Does anybody have questions on the plan? Any magical preps we want to set up before we go in, or are we just going to go wing it as we go?
Right before we go in, I'm going to be throwing down some blesses.
Did you still have Death Ward on yourself from?
Yeah, I
The
casted
last
that. I casted that after our long rest, and it lasts 24. It lasts not 24, 12 hours.
12 hours?
Or
Okay.
8 hours. 8 hours. Excuse me. Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm good. I'm good on that for another 6 hours or something.
Okay, so that'll last through the fight.
Yep.
Okay. Silas, you're being kind of quiet over there in that corner. What are you doing?
I could cast Death Ward on you if you feel like you need it. But that would be my. I'd only have one 4th level spell left, but I don't really use anything for 4th level, so.
You can upcast. So you take a 3rd level spell and you upcast it as a 4th, and it does more damage.
Well, that would be upcasting Mass Healing Ward, but.
Never a bad thing.
Yeah. So if you don't want Death Ward, then I'll just keep that, and we can go from there.
Vigo will pass on the death ward and let the party as a whole benefit from you having an extra ability to mass heal everybody in the middle of a fight.
Feel like
any-
death ward on you might
If
actually
anything,
be a really good idea.
if Vigo goes down and I'm still got my Pegasus, I'll do a flyby high five, lay on hands 1 point, get him back up.
Yeah, but that eats
Appreciate
your
it.
action.
Well, if I'm flying around anyway. What, lay on hands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That eats your action. I mean, so, Silas, do you have 5 spell slots that are higher than that left?
No, I only
Yep.
have 4 slots higher
Okay.
than that.
Okay, so that's 4 rounds of things that he could be doing that are better than that 4th level slot. Already. Right?
Okay, that's fine. Then Vigo will take a death ward.
Okay. You got a death ward.
Yay!
Mark it down so you don't forget.
I'm
Yep,
I'm
got it.
looking for. Doesn't show up as any of the conditions I can mark with. For D&D Beyond, why do I not have a death ward condition? Looking, I'm not seeing it, so I'll make a note.
So I
Who else has
don't
death ward on
have.
them?
A barrel.
What's up?
You have death ward on yourself, right?
I have death ward on myself. Yeah, I cast it before my long rest.
Go ahead, Mel. Sorry.
Oh, so
I
excuse me. I have
don't
2 hours
have-
left on it. Sorry.
I don't have it written down what Cora's health points were at last time. I was using the temporary hit points thing to keep track of her points, and it's at 0. So I'm guessing that
So you unsummon her and resummon her.
he did. So am I just resummoning her?
Sure.
Okay, and then
You got plenty, I believe. To summon her.
yeah, I can't remember if I did like is it we shouldn't use acid. Did I do I think I did acid or poison. I can't remember. Does anybody remember which
You get to choose each time.
Yeah.
No, I know. That's why I'm trying to figure it out because we know
Fire.
that we shouldn't go with fire. No, it's
Fire. Fire.
I've got a note here that says that we shouldn't attack with fire.
You should not
That's
attack with
correct.
fire, but Cora should be fire. Well, okay, so I guess it's what do you want? So I'm assuming
One
it's
breath
got
weapon.
We know it's got lava breath.
I guess she's going to be using bite most often instead of fire, like not fire breath.
You guys would know that Ulzroy is very fire based as far as lava and all that jazz.
How much health does Cora have?
70.
So if we're
I'm not sure if it's supposed to have gone up. I never got to sit down and like go over my leveling up with Brandon.
70 sounds about right. Because
Okay.
usually it's like a base plus
This
like
is-
5 hit points per level.
Yeah, 5 plus
Ish.
5 times ranger level is what it says.
So, like we said, this is going to be whoever hits hardest at the beginning.
That's
Longevity would be making her fire so that she doesn't take that much damage.
Okay.
Hitting hard would be cold or acid, probably,
Okay.
since they're fire-based things.
Okay, so pull her out as fire to begin with, and then if I have to resummon her and I can change it.
It depends on if you think you're going faster than the dragon.
I don't know what that means.
So I'm assuming our fight's going to come. We're going to come in. We're going to roll initiative. They're going to be over there somewhere on the map. We're going to be over here somewhere on the map. Then initiative's going to determine who gets to do what first. And then if they go before like you or like us as a whole, he's going to lava breath all of us at once as an opener.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
we're
we were
all going to have to make
coming in.
this. Yeah, we're all going to
We
have
were
to
coming
make
in
this.
2 waves, right?
Maybe.
You're going to have the tanks come in,
Yeah.
and then just in case that happens, we can spread out, and then everybody else can come in.
That's we still need to discuss that, but that sounds like a good idea. But I'm assuming we're going to start the battle. They're going to open with a breath weapon, and then it's like 50-50 whether or not the next breath weapon happens. But people are going to get caught in that breath weapon, and I'm going to assume it does 100 points of damage, maybe, probably ish. It's an ancient lava dragon.
Yeah.
Probably something around there. So like that's a if Cora doesn't save, she just is not in the fight. Kind of questions.
What's your guys' proficiency bonus? Is it 3 or 4?
It is
For
at
what?
least 4.
I'm fixing.
Mine's at 5.
Yeah, I was like, it's at least 4. It might even be higher than that.
Well, mine's a 5.
Cora's health is correct. I got to increase her
Okay.
dexterity saving throw and her wisdom saving throw.
Okay, thank you.
I'm doing that right now.
Yeah. Yep. It is. Mine is also 5.
Because she gets dex plus 1 plus
Um,
proficiency bonus, and then wisdom is 2 plus proficiency.
Don't I get partial immunity for whatever?
That makes sense. That's probably a feature that you
Whatever
get at this
she's.
level.
Yeah, her essence. What her essence is? Do I get partial immunity? So if she's fire and we
you
get hit
have
with the
resistance to
firewall.
damage type chosen for her essence. So if you choose fire type for her, you'll get resistance to fire, which means half
Okay.
damage.
Okay.
So if you
that's what-
save on the dragon breath, you take quarter damage.
Okay.
And if Vigo dodges, takes nothing.
Then next level,
And-
she becomes large.
Eric, you were saying that if she ends up zeroing out, not to waste trying to bring her back. Was that what you were saying?
No, you should. I would definitely bring her back. I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
I'm just saying. I think the defense in this matter, because we know it's going to be a potent attack that the dragon's going to try to use as much as possible, and having the dragon just not take any of it, probably, unless there's some weird like bludgeoning damage mixed in with the lava because it's like flaming boulders. I mean, I don't know. But like having it ignore all or most of that kind of damage is very useful in a fight like this.
Okay. Thanks for holding my hand, guys.
We got you.
You've come a long way since we first started this campaign, Mel. Be proud of yourself.
It doesn't feel like that, but thank you.
It is, but you know, this is, as we said before, I think this is your first campaign. Second?
Yeah.
Okay.
First, that's gone anywhere.
So
Well, it's a great one to be involved in, but it's been a while and there's a lot to learn. But I think Eric has been playing for, I'm going to hazard a guess, 20 years. Eric? Less. 15.
He's not old.
Hey.
I'm the old one here.
He's still youngin'.
I challenge you on age DM.
It's probably about 15. Yeah.
So I changed it so you can click your fire breath now, Mel, and it'll roll the damage for you
Okay. Oh, nice.
for your Drake pack. So don't worry about the attack.
Dice.
Don't worry about the attack up there. That's just so it'll actually roll the damage. You don't have to worry about rolling the dice.
What?
So by clicking that, you can see the DC 14 for fire breath. You ignore how it says
Right.
attack 6. You ignore that, and then it would be 27
Oh,
fire
okay.
damage if they fail to save. Just trying to streamline
Okay.
it for you.
Okay, but I'm probably going to be using bite more than that because.
Right. No, I'm just saying that in general,
Okay.
moving forward, you have that now.
Why don't
Okay.
we run through what we think the first what are our individual first round and maybe second round of combat? What are we like planning on doing? Let's assume that like they don't do anything that impedes us besides hit us with damage. What does everyone's rounds look like?
Vigo
Well, I do
intends
infuse
to-
strike on the target, or the hunter's mark. I mean,
There you go.
and then attack.
Then shoot
And
them.
Cora,
Okay.
yeah, and then Cora's just gonna tank.
Of course, gonna go up
Remember,
and
If
fight
we're
them.
going, well, if we're going with if they're not riding, I think Cora will go with Albero to distract the dragon, while the rest of us go to the rider. Is what I'm thinking.
And if the rider is mounted on the dragon when we encounter them, or if the rider starts off on foot but later mounts up on the dragon.
I think I'll still have Cora attacking the dragon.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yes. If
Okay.
the dragon is distracted by Cora, that's a win for us.
Okay.
Because Cora is the tankiest member of our party by a long
Okay.
shot.
Right.
Because Cora has what? So it's what? 70 hit points times 4, 5, 6, 7,
Does it
8, 9,
cost
10,
me
11. So 70 times
Does it cost-
11. So 770 hit points. Cora. They have to go through to get to Cora to like end Cora for the day.
After resummoning her?
Yeah, that's why Cora's the tankiest member.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does it take a spell slot to resummon her, or that's just
Yes.
that's an action, right?
Yeah, well, you get one free one a day, and then it
Okay.
takes a spell slot every time after that.
Okay, it does. Okay.
But yeah, no, that Cora's got effective 770 hit points. As long as you don't die.
Albero's plan is the same whether or not the Dragon Rider is mounted. He's going to
So what are you gonna do?
come in with Bless before we get in there.
Okay.
And then as soon as he gets in there, it's either going to be command, because I'm compelled duel is also concentration. So I'm going to try to command the dragon to either come, as in like come to me, or buck, as in trying to get the rider off his back.
Okay.
And then
Both good actions.
Yep, solid command's a good opener.
and then
Uh,
run around like a chicken with his head cut off.
You got to make sure that you can draw their attention.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of dodge action for me.
Well,
trying to make that dragon follow me around.
Well, that's the key, right? It's you got to be threatening enough to be the target, right?
Well, I mean, if worse comes to worse, and I have to really piss off the dragon to keep him around me, I'm going to be coming in with the Pegasus, hitting and having my Pegasus disengage to run away.
I would start with that one over dodging. That's your taunt. Your taunt is I smite you for a lot of damage. You need to not be able to ignore me, or you're going to die to my smites.
Yeah, that's true. That's a pretty
That's your taunt.
okay.
Yeah, that's you taunting. You're
Okay.
taunting by saying I'm making your hit points go to 0. You got to deal with me quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Dragon mid fight's gonna be like, "What's this bullshit? Why does he get more than one smite?"
Vigo's intention is to fly up toward the top of the cavern, find shadows, and then stealth. And then while flying along the roof, get in position where I can sneak attack the rider, and then disengage and hide again, and then repeat process as often as possible.
Do you think you can hide from them? Like, blind sense. We don't know if he can share that with his rider. That might be a thing they can do.
It might be, but I'm willing.
You can always aim, right?
Yeah, I have bow and arrow. I mean, I can.
Well, I'm saying that the action aim. You could do it with anything.
Yeah, you can bonus action aim and get advantage on your next attack. It just means you can't move that round.
Okay. But like I said, that would be Vigo's way of approaching, would be by stealthing, and then flying. So I'm separated from the group. So if the dragon wants to breathe at me, go ahead, so that he's not breathing at the group. But if he breathes at the group, I'm not in his cone of attack.
Solid.
Yeah, but you are gonna try to get close to him.
My intention is to get close enough to the rider where I can sneak attack the rider multiple times.
Okay.
But yeah, so my focus, Vigo's focus, whether the rider is separated or mounted on the dragon, Vigo will attempt to close distance and begin attacking the rider as often as possible. Because Vigo can fly. Yeah. So that is Vigo's plan. What is Mood Slant Hope's plan?
So the first round, Hope wants to turn all the lava into ice cream. That's the first thing that she wants to do. And then probably mock the rider for being a rider. Then it's what do you want Hope to try to do? She's got some.
Something beneficial to the party?
So
Inflict damage, counter spells,
yeah. You can't
deny the
counter spell.
rider the ability to cast magic.
Doesn't have a lot of that. Took a lot of that out.
Can Hope. Okay, so she can't cancel magic. Can she inflict damage?
She's got she could shoot her. She could try to turn the Dragon Rider into a dream, which is a damaging effect.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a damaging effect. Like she could try to put them to sleep by touching them.
All right. Mood had the ability to teleport people around the battlefield. Can Hope do something similar?
Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Well, yes. Mood can move everybody around the battlefield. Or Hope can move everybody, including the dragon and the Dragon Rider, to more or less wherever she wants. They want. Still there.
Okay.
Yes, she can do that every round. Every round she can move willing people wherever they want to go, and she can move unwilling people wherever they want them to go. Wherever Hope wants them to go.
Okay.
Or try to.
On that,
that's a save. That's a save.
Okay.
But that's a bonus action, so Hope wouldn't be able to do the mocking thing, which I wanted to try first. So the first round, Hope's gonna turn all the lava into ice cream. Hopefully that disrupts any lava-based legendary actions.
Or lair actions.
Lair actions. That's what I meant to say. Lava-based lair actions, because I think that's. I want to use that ability. And then she's going to use her other ability as a bonus action to mock the target. And
so
then
it would
which is. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Please complete your statement.
Which is a conditional damaging thing. Which it's a conditional which they're going to break. It's a convoluted ability, but it does damage. Okay. It'll do damage. Then the next turn, they could either try to make them go to sleep, try to do damage to them, which it's okay damage. It's not great. Try to make them dance.
Okay.
Try to make them dance.
Okay.
Or and on top of that, they could either mock them again for a little bit more damage, or move people.
Okay. all interesting and subjective, but useful abilities. Am I wrong in thinking that it would behoove at least Albero, or in fact the entire party, it behoove the party if Mood or Hope went right before the dragon, so that if somebody was too close to the dragon, that person or Albero and your Pegasus could be moved somewhere else and take them out of melee range of the dragon. Am I thinking wrong when I say that, or I mean, does that make sense?
No, that makes sense. But don't we want Albero to be the focus of the dragon's attacks?
Yes, but if something happens, and if Albero is, 10 feet from the dragon, it would be within melee range, so it could, get a lot of attacks. And as we know, that Pegasus is not the beefiest thing on the field. So if the Pegasus goes down, the threat level that Albero poses, I believe, also goes down. So if you just
Right.
and Albero and the Pegasus would be willing creatures to be moved, so you could move them, 45 feet away, so the dragon moved, and they were still just out of range.
But doesn't the dragon have a 90 move speed?
I don't know. Ask the Drake. If we had a Drake Warden around somewhere, we could ask. I bet she could answer that question for you.
Assuming the size, how
Ask
fast
me
do these
again?
ancient dragons fly?
Mel, Drake Warden, lovely elven queen of my life. How far do dragons get to move normally when flying or on the ground?
80 feet.
Fine.
Vigo steps over and kisses the backs of her hand because she's such an amazing, amazing beauty and brain all in one package. Killer package here. And turns out to go, there you go.
Okay, so
if you moved Albero and the Pegasus just beyond 80 feet,
Sorry.
then plus 10-foot reach or whatever, then they would be out of danger, but the dragon, being frustrated, would possibly chase after them. Because Albero is a willing creature versus the dragon is an unwilling creature and would potentially get to resist the unintentional movement.
Hope does it on everybody all at the same time.
I understand what I'm saying, but if Hope's turn, if Hope's action goes right before the dragon, then she could reset the field to our advantage.
Yes.
Right before the dragon gets to do something. So Albero might not have to waste of course, try to disengage and move away from the dragon on his own, but if he's unsuccessful or if he gets caught up in economy of action, so to speak, metagame a little here, and does not have that disengage, or the Pegasus does not have the disengage, then you being able to Hope resetting the battlefield, goes back to that whole, as you said before, the threat is, I can smite you, you have to get rid of me. So if Albero runs in, smites the dragon, and then right before the dragon responds, Albero gets teleported away, and the next round runs in and smites the dragon again. And then it repeats. How frustrated is the dragon at this point?
Yes, but that also means everybody else has to be out of range too.
That's your job.
Yes, everybody else has to be out of range too. But that also, so the dragon's faster than 80 feet around because it's got it probably has wing attack, right? So if it sees that, oh, I won't be able to hit anybody on my turn, it could probably wing attack as a legendary action and gets another bit of movement, but then you got to balance that with if I move people too far away, they can't do anything on their turn. Because let's say I move you, because that means I need to move you 120 feet away, ish.
Okay.
He's got 80 feet of movement, and then let's say 40 feet of movement. So that's 120 feet to get right up in your face. Can you, by yourself, get back there? Because this isn't a reaction. It's on my turn. I can pick up and put people places.
Right.
And if you can't, that's not great, right? Like, if just out of range to do what you're trying to do, right? But if you're too close, the dragon then goes, I can't reach the paladin even if he can fly 180, right? He's got a fly speed of 90 with the Pegasus.
Yeah, fly speed of
Yeah.
90.
So he can move. He's got 180 feet of movement. So the paladin, as long as the Pegasus is alive, can zoom in and out of combat pretty efficiently. But everyone has to be able to do that, or it kind of doesn't matter because the dragon will then go, all right, I can't hit that one. At a minimum, I can hit that one. So I'll go over here, beat the crap out of this one. Right?
I understand what you're saying, and yes, so it's a balancing act, and you're going to have to make on the spot calls. But it's just a thought.
So my thinking is, does Albero have the best AC out of everybody?
I have 20 AC.
You know, like kind of
Better than
like,
Vigo.
See what's up.
yeah. I was like, I think besides
that's
Cora,
nice
you
and
also
cool.
have the most HP. As
Yeah.
you're probably the most tanky out of everybody.
I would think so. Mostly because, yeah, I mean, my
Sure.
constitution's at 20.
Super hope.
So,
But yeah, so probably putting the paladin as a wall would give us more breathing room until the paladin is in danger, and then we can get them out of there.
And that's an
Hope
on the
can-
spot call.
Yeah, Hope
Yeah,
can
also-
get them out of there pretty
That's fine.
efficiently.
yeah, I also have my pool of lay on hand. Puts me up
Right.
over like 200 hit points.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I'm just saying, it's an idea that, maybe we try to stack the odds so that Hope goes right before the dragon does. So you can make that last second. Wait, let me move the battlefield around a little bit.
Do we have control of that?
We don't, but okay, metagaming here. If you pause your turn,
And we pause
say,
our
I
turn?
hope, no, well, DM rule on this one, please. Hope says, if Hope goes on a 19 and the dragon goes on a 12, Hope says, I'm going to hold my action to move 3 characters, three other players around the battlefield when the dragon begins to advance toward one of them.
Okay.
Could Hope hold that action?
Yeah, because that's going off the trigger.
Well, yeah, that's a held action.
Yeah.
The movement ability is a bonus action.
Well, that's okay. So could Hope hold the bonus action?
Technically, no. You can only hold actions.
Okay, so that's
There's
fine.
that, and holding that action would then only
Not
give
allow Hope to do anything else?
Yeah, it would only give Hope that one ability compared to
Okay.
Right,
the
because
other
you
things
technically
that
use your reaction to
they can do. Yes.
to do your held action, correct?
Yeah, so it would actually use like 3 abilities instead of just the one. Doing it
So-
on another turn.
Okay, then I have one more idea. Hypothetically, we roll for initiative, and again, metagaming the hell out of this. Roll for initiative. Hope rolls a 19, the dragon rolls a 12. Can Hope delay her turn so that she goes on 13? Meaning she places she gives up going on the 19 and she moves herself back in the sequence to go on 13 or 14, meaning she is immediately before the dragon goes.
I would allow that, but then they would stay in that position for the fight.
That's what I'm saying.
Hmm?
So,
Okay.
okay, so that would be so depending on how Hope and the dragon roll out against each other, you could reposition Hope within the initiative order to be immediately ahead of the dragon, and then you can do whatever you want on your turn, but it lets other people go from 20 to 14 to get their actions in, and then you get to see the playing field and decide if you need to move somebody or not.
Sure, but doesn't
Plus
that
whatever else you want to do?
Yeah, but doesn't that say we as players can then just decide our turn order?
To some degree, but I mean, but if Hope rolls a 9 and
Then
the dragon rolls a 15.
Yeah, but then I delay my turn till right before the dragon again.
So you'd have to give up an entire round.
Not quite. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would delay my turn. I guess that would be the weird stacking thing where it would reset the initiative. It'd be the only time I think that's weird is if some of our party go before the dragon, and then some of our party don't. You could then control the initiative order. It would just let the dragon go first that way, or you can control. You can basically control whatever side of the before or after the enemies are going. You can rearrange your order any way you want to, if you can hold your turns. So, like, initiative only cares about what the enemy then rolls, because then you could just be like, all right, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? Which is more tactical, because you could be like, okay, so let's say 2 of us have 20s, the dragon has 15, 2 of us have 10s, right? Or numbers around that area. The people above can then be like, hold your whole turn to whenever you want to before 15.
Oh no!
You
Only
rearrange your
one
turn that
person
way.
can do it combat.
Well, this is all homebrew. This is all house rule, and it was
Yeah.
like we didn't know any of that. Why is it only one person? Why is it there's a lot of like that rule makes initiative kind of pseudo pointless. It actually just matters about when the dragon goes.
Yeah, I don't mind you allowing one person to alter it for a little bit, but that's not going to be everybody just being able to go when they want.
Yeah, it'd be everybody being able to go when they want, so that you'd be able to be like, all right, we have perfect initiative every time.
Yeah, no, part of it is making it work the way it rolls.
In the once the update happens, if everyone has alert, you can make it perfect initiative whatever you want, because one of the alert's abilities is you can swap places in initiative order with people. So if the whole party takes alert, you can stack your initiative however you feel like it.
Okay, so I don't get effect on them, but good point. So I've just talked an idea, but like I said, this all boils down to it's the DM's table. The DM puts his own house rules in place, and we play the house rules.
Right.
So if the house rule is right now, one person can change their initiative spacing, then that's fine. I'm just tossing an idea out of the table. It doesn't have to happen. The dice may work in our favor. The dice may not work in our favor. Hell, the dice gods may hate us in 3 weeks.
You might all roll ones.
You're right. We'll all go at the same time.
No, not my bosses
in this case, we now control initiative order because we all go at the same time. So it's just a thought. So okay, but that's fine. And then
I think a lot of it's going to depend on Silas. What are you going to do?
That's the last question we have.
Okay, so let me pull it back up. I think I'm gonna cast this because I know I can't cast my big fire spells. I'm gonna cast this Krail's Rot, which is a concentration spell that requires a dex save, and see if I can eat up.
Can you put it in
some of those? Oh, yep.
Oh damn!
So that's
a 19. Nice.
Yeah, that's
it's a
spell save. Yeah, that's the only problem. I'm assuming these guys are gonna have high cons, but still, a 19 is nothing to sneeze at.
Disadvantage on his death saving throws too.
Yeah.
Zombie dragon. Oh my god.
So I'm gonna be casting that on the Dragon Rider to begin with. If it sticks, then I'm gonna just cast probably some cantrips watch people's HP as they go along. Heal is I have that as a backup.
Right. I really think you should never cast a cantrip. I
What
don't
is-
think anywhere in this fight.
Hold on,
should
I
you
have to
cast a
interject real quick.
cantrip.
Where is that spell from? That's awesome.
It's probably one of your
I think-
books.
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
I haven't even looked at all
it's
of them.
probably
but-
that. Yeah, I was reading through some of those spells and I was like, oh, let me take all the necromancy ones.
Oh, it's probably from the deep magic.
It was in the spell list, so I was assuming it was good to go.
Yep.
If I
No,
needed
it-
to
no,
choose
it
something
is.
different.
Nope. If it's in the
All
spell
right.
list, I just haven't seen that one yet.
Ooh, that's very nice.
Yeah. Well,
deep
what I
magic
could
ones,
cast is stuff like, let
So,
me see.
I guess going through, what are you using your 7th level spell slot for? Or what do you plan to use your 7th level spell slot for?
Probably this. Either
Okay.
upcasting this, or if we need to, casting this. To make sure we have enough healing. Or even upcasting. I wonder if I can upcast heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, even upcasting heal would be on the if it's very apparent that the paladin's gonna go down, I'll upcast heal for 7th level.
Okay. 6th, you want to continue to use with your heal spell, so you want to focus your higher level spell slots on the either heal spell or the other healing spell that you just showed us.
Correct.
Okay. Your 5th level slots can go to the rot spell.
Yep.
Okay. Then that's solid for 4 to 5 rounds. Solid. Good plan.
Yep. And then if all that fails, then I'll try just start throwing things at the wall with what I have because I don't have a lot of outside of I could probably use Ray of Enfeeblement up as well, starting there. Stuff like Mass Healing Word. But you say don't cast any cantrips?
Don't cast any. Probably don't cast any cantrips. Try to. I would try to look at something like a 2nd or 3rd level spell that isn't concentration. Like, say, one of your rot sticks. Your rot sticks. We do a spectacular job and no one's hurt. I would look at your 2nd and 3rd level spells and be like, what can I shoot off as an action if nobody needs healing? It's very unlikely no one's going to need healing, but if nobody needs healing, what can I shoot off on this guy that's most effective? Because this is a battle of we throw everything we can at this guy as fast as possible, and then we're going to go to sleep. We don't have to worry about the rest of the day. We're legitimately throw everything at him, go to sleep.
I'm asking a silly question. Remind me, please. Chill touch is a cantrip,
Yes.
but it takes an action.
Yes.
But if you were to be able to hit one of the 2 creatures with chill touch, even though it's a cantrip, it would prevent them from healing the next round.
I don't think clerics have chill touch. Or, well, I mean, it's a necromancy spell. They might. But do we think they're going to heal? Do we think that they have a epic
You think there's a
transformation?
necromancer? You think it's a necromancer? You think he doesn't have a lifesteal spell of some kind?
Probably not. No, probably not.
He's a lot of dead.
I feel like we're gonna get hit with Circle of Death. If it's really high level, Meteor Storm, upcasted level Circles of Death. I don't think we're gonna get hit with Chill Touch, or I don't think we're gonna hit with Vampiric Touch or Like, I feel like the spells that he's going to throw at us, the healing to himself is going to be the least of our worries.
It's thought.
Yeah, but like, solid. So there's not really a lot of non-concentration solid one-off cleric spells that aren't healing.
Yeah, that's why I was okay with using Death Ward.
Yep.
Yep. I could use Blight.
Good
That
spell.
if like yeah, if nobody needs health, Blight. But after that, then we go into like, okay, there's not a lot in my kit that I have put together besides
Right.
healing and
Right.
revivifying because of the flavor of everything at the end of the day.
Right, but it's very unlikely. None of us are going to be hurt. Someone's going to take something. There's breath weapons.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So I
unless
think
the dragon's like, I want to hit Vigo with my dexterity-based breath weapon, and that's all he's going to do. unless that happens, I think someone's going to be hurt at least a little bit. So yeah, just pumping out the healing's a great plan.
So that's where I'm at. I think everything else is good.
I like your plan.
Yeah, I feel confident in it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Did we miss anybody? Have we not covered bases? Anybody want to bring up a new topic we haven't discussed yet?
Do we want to do the staggered entrance? And if so,
Okay.
how do we want to do the staggered entrance?
Well, it would be the sequence of whom goes first.
Maybe. Again, that'll depend on how do we want to do the staggered entrance.
Well, question. All right, question. If Hope can move everybody at one time,
yes.
Do we all have to land in the same place?
No.
Okay, so could she, if we're 10 feet around the corner from the entrance to the cave, can we say, okay, Hope, you've had a peek inside the cave, move all of us now to different places, and she just shotguns us so none of us are lined up with, any two in a line, so the breath weapon would only be able to target one, and we're scattered around the cave?
Hope doesn't even need to see it, but yes.
Just in the concept, though. I mean,
yes, yes. We can start this battle more or less where we want to on that. Yes.
Okay.
It's a question of, do we want to stagger that, or if it turned like, how do we want to stagger that?
So what benefit?
Right, like it would be the benefit of basically wasting a breath weapon, wasting a breath weapon and a powerful opening spell, because we're coming in and opening with everything we have.
Right.
Assuming they're going to do that same thing. So the stagger is to bait that with Albero.
Why not put Albero, and Albero pitch in on this one, but why not have them positioned so he is, in range to move in, do a strike, or just have him start right next to the dragon?
Right.
Right next to the rider, and just, reaches down one time, smites, and then Pegasus disengage and move away, and everyone else shows up, pop, 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 at the same time, scattered around the cavern. So their initial plan for breath weapon, drop big spell was ruined because, like, well, you could breath weapon one of them and you could spell one of them, but you're not going to hit multiples with either. So
again, that's the question of how big's the room that we saw?
Less than 200 by 200.
The lair?
Yeah, the lair that we're assuming we're going to fight in.
Because you guys did scry.
Yes.
Yes.
The ceiling is about 200 feet up. But that is the shortly after the entranceway.
So probably wherever we go.
Are these 5 or 10 foot squares?
5.
5, thank you.
So that breath weapon is probably going to hit at least 2 people no matter where we are. At least.
Not necessarily.
This is assuming we're playing on the map and not also including the exit of the door. But the and then
How far do you think a dragon can breathe?
90 feet?
I know.
Probably.
Let's ask our Drake Warden.
Yeah. How far is a normal cone-based ancient dragon's breath weapon?
She might have stepped away to the restroom.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Hold on. 30 to 60.
30 to 6. Oh, no. Okay. But, I mean, with a 80-foot movement speed, it could put a 90-foot. So what, like 90-foot lines? So basically, if you connect any amount of people with a 90-foot line anywhere on the map, essentially, or 60-foot line. 60-foot line.
In.
Yeah, 60-foot line.
Extra cave being drawn in around on the back.
Oh.
Just for you guys.
Thank you very much. Okay, so if we're going to do this thing,
What did you do?
Vigo would like to be teleported back
God.
here
Oh,
on the treasure hoard.
that's the extra case. Sorry.
So that Vigo would start back here and can move and attack the Dragon Rider from behind. But that does not put him in line with anybody else on this end of the cave.
If that's where they are when they start.
Presuming as such, because it's high ground. You know, if you don't want to put him there, then put him up here on this other upper shelf above them, and he'll work his way down to go get after the rider.
How do I know how far I can shoot?
It could be taking a lava bath.
Should be your bow will have a range on it now.
Well, it's got like 600 feet. You can shoot anyone anywhere forever. Always.
Yeah, pretty much.
On my special bow?
Yes.
Okay.
Should
I just have to make sure not to accidentally shoot my teammates.
Your range without disadvantage is 150 feet on this?
Doesn't she have sharpshooter?
Yeah, she does have sharpshooter.
That it's her. She has no disadvantage ever to shoot
Yeah.
people. So 600 feet. Woo!
Yep.
Okay.
So you can be outside of the cave.
Oh, that's right.
But these are walls, right?
Correct.
Yes, I do. So assume I would have to shoot down this way. Probably. That's probably the best line of sight because there's these walls all around.
What's the incline?
Although it's a big dragon, so yeah. Yeah, what's the incline?
How did this incline look? I'm assuming we didn't see the rest of the cave. This was the scried area. But what did this incline look like?
Which incline where?
From that direction, like how steep did that look comparative to the 200-foot ceiling?
Not super steep.
Okay, so you could be at
feet.
the. Okay, so you could be at the entrance and see all the way into the cave.
The cave is your shooting range, Mel. stand
Right.
where.
So Mel could be like here and see the dragon anywhere in the cave.
Okay.
Yes? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we get the I think Vigo and Albero want to be close. Because you're both melee. Vigo, Albero, and Cora want to be as close to our targets as possible. We don't know where the targets are going to start, but they want to be as close to the targets as possible. Mel wants to be as far away as possible.
Why not? I mean, it's the
Yeah.
most
Where do you
logical
want
move.
to be? Where do you want to be, Silas?
I have to be in the middle of everything. It seems like, so I can be, because I have a medium range comparatively, so I have to be within 60 feet of the rider. So I have to be with like behind that lava area, like in this type of area. Yeah.
Okay.
So
No
anywhere
further
in there is going to be good.
away. No further away than this line right here. Basically, the rightmost edge of this band of lava. So Silas has to be somewhere in. Yeah, you can be from the bridge down to this side, and then that's lava. You want to be there. So
Hopefully it'll be
somewhere
ice
here.
cream.
Hopefully, yes, but still,
Hopefully it'll be ice cream.
that's 70. So just to give you an idea, Silas, here somewhere in this area, down here,
Yeah.
around here, and then up this side will put you in 40, 30 feet. So that's about your
Yeah, so
range
I
you're
have to,
going to wind up at.
yeah, so I'll be like in again. I think we're getting to the point where we're trying to plan to the micro level, and at this point I think we've planned our like first few turns, what
Yeah.
our plans are.
Well, this was
getting down to
legitimately where's Hope putting you? Where does Hope like what range does Hope? Where do you want? What range do you want Hope to put you?
But we're not
Like I
in
said,
here
the
yet,
medium.
right?
No,
No,
we're
we're
not
not.
in there
Right.
yet. No.
Okay, so you want to be like about 60 feet away from the enemy.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good. Yes.
Okay. Solid.
Okay. Albert, are you happy with this plan?
Yes.
Yeah, my idea.
All right.
Everything's
then
okay in Mel's house?
The 18-year-old doesn't want to deal with the 4-year-old, so yes, everything's fine.
Ah,
It's normal.
okay. Okay. All right. I like the plan we have put together. Does anybody have final questions, or is anybody not happy with the plan we have put together at this point? Because I think, as Eric stated, we've kind of planned out our first 1 to 2 rounds of actions, and after that, it's going to be make it up as we go because we don't know what they're doing.
What is our like? When do we want to retreat? Like, what is the like
Okay.
sign of retreat? One person dies,
We retreat?
2 people go down. Like, what is the we're in over our head moment? Like, what does that look like so that we know if we see that scenario, we now can change gears and be like, we're trying to not die now.
If Silas goes down, then retreat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's-
probably.
that's
We've never talked
legitimately-
about a possibility of retreat before. That would probably be maybe be it. Maybe.
Okay, so we will keep going till Silas goes down.
Because I think I
Right.
can bring up mostly anybody within reason at this point. But if I go down, then there's no bringing anybody else back. So
Well,
I'd rather you retreat
we can
at
bring
that
you back.
point.
We can bring you back.
Yeah,
not quite in the fight, but we could bring it back. Actually, we can bring it back in the fight. That's actually pretty silly.
Okay, so if Silas goes down, and if we are unable to reach him within, we'll say 3 turns, to get him back up and into the fight, that's the signal for retreat.
Well,
What do we do if we get to him within 3 turns? What do we do to bring
You
him
feed
back?
him a potion and it brings him back up.
yeah,
Oh,
this
okay.
is assuming he's
Okay.
down.
Okay,
I
but
think
also
this is down.
Yeah, if he's down, Hope's gonna grab him, go give him Revivified, and then bring him back.
okay. There was a question of, and the last session we played, we had a big conversation with Vance. There's something about either the rider or the dragon can turn people not into stone but into obsidian. So we did get a major revivify spell or major restoration spell on a scroll that Vance gave to us. And the question was, Silas did not want to hold it because the plan is someone else holds that scroll. And if Silas gets turned into obsidian, the scroll gets used to greater restoration Silas to bring him back. And then Silas is the backup plan to get all the rest of us from being obsidian.
Yeah, so it's essentially a petrification spell.
Right.
Is
so
it?
The question is,
but it wasn't, right?
Hold on. Here's the question. Who's holding that scroll if it's not Silas?
Who has it in their inventory?
I do not have it in the inventory, but I can.
I'm sorry, the young one is here. What was it?
So one of us is holding a greater restoration spell on a scroll.
No.
And I want to say, I think
Not me. I don't think.
I think Todd got it because Todd had a big movement speed.
If Todd has it, he didn't write it down.
Maybe. And
But
let me
you guys
see.
do have
When did that happen?
The last session we had a conversation.
I don't have
with,
notes from the last session. So
yeah, so
everyone before that
it is a petrification spell, more or less. It can be cured by greater restoration or other something similar.
Yeah, but it doesn't act like a petrification spell. Because I asked this question because
to an extent, yes.
Well, because Hope is immune to normal petrification.
Yeah, this one she would not be immune to because it's
because it
becoming developed in the obsidian.
Well, that she's immune to any ability that would decrease her movement speed, which is why she's immune to petrification.
Oh, so she'd be restrained?
Correct. It's a movement
you would
thing.
not be affected by this.
Oh, okay. Then give it to me then.
Because you are considered restrained by this.
Yeah, I asked it. I'm pretty sure I asked this question last time.
I do not recall.
Yeah.
It's been I like to say a hot minute.
Because if that's the case, we should think about freedom of movement as a spell. Does anybody have that? Okay. Does Silas have that?
I mean, I don't have it prepared.
Okay. Don't need to worry about it. Even though we could have thought of okay, it's fine. Yeah. No, that's fine.
It's been a hot minute. We're gonna roll with what we got.
Yeah,
so
fine.
let's give let's give the my recommendation. Big Over says we should give the Greater Restoration scroll to Hope, and the condition is if Silas gets encased in obsidian, Hope will use this to, or can use it to
Silas or
to
anyone?
free Silas.
Or just Silas?
Silas can Greater Restoration other people. So Silas is kind of the go-to source for this thing. But if something happens to him, we need a way to break him out of it. So giving Silas the scroll doesn't help because he'd be stuck with the scroll inside.
And Hope can move the fastest out of all of us, right? Because she's like mode, she can like teleport kind
Yes.
of or something.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's my recommendation. Anybody disagree with that recommendation?
I do.
You the DM,
What's
do.
what is it
Yes.
called again?
You don't get a vote, DM. Greater restoration.
Yeah, it's a scroll of greater restoration.
And like I said, I think according to the video, I think we gave it to Todd because he had increased movement speed, and the thought was he could get to Silas from wherever he was.
Yeah. Regardless, you guys have it. So
Okay.
if Todd had it, you got one of somebody else can have it. It's not a big deal. I'm not
Okay.
worried about
So I think Hope should get it, and I'm not hearing anybody disagree with that concept. So I believe that closes our last discussion point.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good.
We've planned
Yes, you did
something.
really
Yay.
good.
It will last.
run-
It'll survive one round of combat and go to hell.
Yes.
I did do planning things because we're going to be gone for 2 weeks. You guys can edit that as you need. I didn't write down what you guys want to do the first couple rounds. I just did the basic overall arcing.
It's a good note. Thank you for thinking of that, sir.
I wrote that down in my book, so I have it on hand.
No, well, I'll just,
It was my notes.
I'll just delete it then.
I'm taking credit.
No. The rest of us can't see Mel's notes.
That sounds like a rest of you.
And Mel's
problem.
will be gone for 2 weeks.
But when we pick back up on the 22nd, we will have the combat.
I mean, I don't know when I'll get back the 15th, but I'm guessing
Because if you traveled, you won't be.
after a
for the energy
6-hour
for it.
drive, I'm probably not. And last year we all got sick, so I had to drive the drive home. So
Let's plan on
hopefully
letting
we
you
don't
have
get sick.
focus on the drive home, get the family home safely. Don't worry about us. We'll take the extra week.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right. I personally thank everybody for being here. I want to again. I didn't officially welcome our DM back from his health concerns, but really glad that you're here with us.
No
And-
health concerns.
Yep.
I only survived. I found out that it was actually the Widowmaker heart attack that I survived.
What's that?
It's only the most dangerous heart attack of them all.
Of course, that's the heart attack you had. Nice.
But I survived it.
Good for you. And please do not buy any lottery tickets. You'll be wasting money. You burned your luck for the year,
Yeah.
the decade. But glad to have you back. Glad you survived, and thanks for that. So I'm going to wish a happy 4th of July to everybody. For those of you who live over in England or watching the video, thumbs up and raspberry to you. We're celebrating our own freedom over here on this side of the pond. But to everybody else, please have a safe holiday. Watch the roads. The crazies are out, and take your time and arrive safely where you go. I'm staying home. I don't get on highways in the 4th of July.
Yeah, I'm staying
That's
home as
crazy.
well.
That's crazy stuff.
My plan is home
Yep.
and deviled eggs.
Okay, cool. Anything else for anybody else?
No, I can think of.
Thank you, sir,
No
for
idea
hosting us
yet.
tonight. And
Always.
Mel, have a wonderful vacation time. And we'll see everybody
Mhm.
in 3 weeks on the 22nd when we're going to kick this thing off and launch it.
Awesome.
Can't wait.
Awesome.
And I know that I'm
Yeah.
available the 29th, the following week, if we have to do a 2-part battle. And then I'm on travel after that for a couple of weeks. So
How
definitely like to
effective you
get
guys
this
are, I
fight
don't
in.
see it being more than a session. But you never know.
We never know. We'll see what happens.
Your daughter's going crazy.
Thank you all much.
Your
You want to
sister too.
Take it easy, everyone.
close out? Yep. Everybody have a
See you
good
guys
night.
in a couple weeks.
Bye.
Thanks.
Later.
Bye.